Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here, in the new studio for the first time. I hope it sounds okay. Pokemon Platinum with all baby Pokemon was brutal, so let's take it back to a highly requested single Pokemon run. Today is the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Omanyte? We all know why you wanted me to do this run because of the running joke on the show, but let's still go over how Omanyte performs in battle. His stats are lower overall than you might expect, although it's pulled up a bit by having really solid defense and special attack. We resist a lot of great types, but we're also weak against some very common ones as well, including taking 4 times damage from grass type. That might be rough. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that this might be a little bit like the Paris run, where I need a clever strategy to beat the rival starter at the end, but it's for sure possible. Let me explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Omanyte. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Omanyte so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Squirtle because I'd have the hardest opponent possible at the end of the game, since we're double weak to grass. I named my Omanyte Comments. They're good for the YouTube algorithm, don't know if you've heard. Ours is Sassy Nature, so more special defense and less speed, not too bad. Our ability is Shell Armor, an amazing ability that keeps us from getting critically hit. Our first rival fight was a victory, although a weird one. We have a low attack stat, and our only attacking move right now is Constrict, a terrible 10 power normal move. Considering we don't get Water Gun until level 19, we're gonna have to grind. Remember my Paris run when I did a gag where I reminded you of every other run with a Rock Gym leader that we have to grind like crazy for? Yeah, this is that again. Although we only have to get to level 19, which isn't actually that bad, especially since at level 13 we get Bite, and that's dictated by special attack in Gen 3, so it's actually decent. Getting to level 13 is awful though, since Constrict does almost nothing, even to super low defense Pokemon like Caterpie and Pikachu. The worst part of this grind is actually that Weedle is so common, and if we get poisoned, we're pretty much doomed. Until we get Bite, all the fights we're going to have are going to be very long, and that means we'll take a lot more damage from poison than we otherwise would. Once we get Bite though, it speeds up a lot. Everything quickly becomes a one-shot. Finally at level 19 though, we're able to get Water Gun, so it's time for the Rock Gym. It's an easy one-shot sweep as you'd expect. The trainers east don't really stand a chance, but after Mount Moon will be a water gym that we have no real advantage in, as well as our first rival fight where he has Vine Whip, so I'll need every level that I can get. On our way though, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. This feels somewhat redundant in this run. Staryu goes great since it's focusing on its defense, but our Bite attacks special defense. We take neutral damage off water due to being both water and rock, so Water Pulse hurts. Starmie is part psychic, so Bite is super effective, but we just hardly get taken out. One level higher and we'd probably win. Let's try our rival. It goes fantastic, mostly because of critically hitting Bulbasaur for a one-shot. Honestly, if we didn't, we probably would just get taken out by one Vine Whip, so we got pretty lucky. After beating the trainers in the north, we come back and easily bite our way through the water gym to gain access to the next routes. Trainers on the SSN prove to be weird to grind on since they mostly resist our water moves, but we don't resist theirs. Bite still does a decent job since we are a special attacker and all of our dark moves are special in Gen 3, so it doesn't really take that long. Rival time. Pidgeotto goes down to 1 critical Water Gun, no problem, but then it's Ivysaur time. I try for Bite and do decent damage as it misses Sleep Powder. The second Bite was a critical hit, so at least we don't have to worry about that yet. Kadabra disables Bite, so I try for Water Gun and bring him to a Sliver, then finish him off. Last is Raticate, and he actually held on a bit thanks to making us flinch with Hyper Fang, but we still took him out for a safe win. With that done, I go straight to Rock Tunnel. Normally I'd do the Electric Gym first, but we're weak to electricity, and I don't think that Mud Shot would sweep them at this level, so I decided that the Rock Pokemon in Rock Tunnel would be great to level up on. On my way though, I hit up the Move Tutor in Rock Tunnel to replace Constrict with Rock Slide. A 90 accuracy, 75 power rock move that can cause flinching. We have decent type coverage now. The Giovanni fight in the Rocket Hideout was a bit harder than I expected. The rock types were obviously a one-shot, but Kangaskhan hardly got hurt from our attacks, and it could have gone much worse. By the way, a bunch of people said I said Kangaskhan in the last video. I'm sure you can tell I'm the nasaliest sounding guy on some of these recordings. Bad sinuses. Sometimes K and C noises come out as G's when it's really bad. You can tell I know it's Kangaskhan because I've called it Kangaskhan in like 15 videos now. Anyway, I decide I'm a good level for the electric gym, so I spend an extra frustrating bit of time trying to do the trash can puzzle, but I get it before too long. The battle itself was basically a sweep. They never actually attacked us. We're obviously not ready for the grass gym yet, being double weak to that type, so I decide to go to the Pokemon Tower first. The rival fight goes incredibly well thanks to causing Ivysaur to flinch with our Rock Slide. If it wasn't for that, we might have gotten one shot. In fact, we ended up hardly getting hit the entire fight. It's great that we really lucked out on the last two rival fights. Now that we can go to Fuchsia, I get the Surf HM and replace Water Gun. It's basically just Water Gun, but over double the power, so I will gladly take this. While I'm there, I take a shot at Koga. His first coughing goes great with a one-shot with Surf, but his Muck ends up hitting us with Toxic, so not only do we take poison damage, but it increases every single turn. I take him out in a couple of Surfs and one-shot his next coughing, but on his final wheezing, the poison is just too much, and the combo of that and Sludge finish us off while we're one hit away from victory. I probably just need 1 or 2 more levels, so I decide to try the Grass Gym. I doubt I'll beat Erica, but at least I can get some experience off the trainers in here. They're mostly weak enough that Bite can one-shot them thanks to our high special attack. Once I get to Erica, though, I don't stand a chance. Victory Bell puts us to sleep and Giga drains us. We'll need to come back later. I end up just fighting a few trainers to get to level 50. Here's our stats. The defense and special attack are fantastic, but I really wish I had more special defense, since grass moves are all special in Gen 3. I figure it's time to take a shot at Koga again. This time goes incredibly well because Muck never used Toxic. If I had that kind of luck last time, I'd probably have won without the grind. With Koga beat, we can finally use Surf outside of battle, so I go straight to Cinnabar Island. Fire Gym Leader Blaine is actually the only mandatory fight on the whole island, and although he's the 7th gym leader, and we haven't even beat the 6th yet, I'm not worried. We're a water type with a strong water move, we take 1/4 damage from fire moves because of part rock type, and part rock type with high defense means that takedown and extreme speed shouldn't do much. I predict we'll crush him. Fire Gym time, and yeah, we crush him pretty bad. His Arcanine actually hurts a bit thanks to us flinching on one of his bites, but at one point we took 12 damage off a Fire Blast. We're fine. The Silphco rival battle, on the other hand, is a brick wall. Instantly get taken out with Razor Leaf when we have almost full health. It wasn't even a critical hit because we have Shell Armor, we can't get critically hit. We need something to deal with grass types, and we finally can get it. I spend all of my money on converting to coins, and that is exactly enough to buy the TM for Ice Beam. It's got the same accuracy and power as Surf, but it's Ice type and has a chance to freeze the opponent. With that, we sweep Erica's Grass Gym like it's nothing since we're so much faster than them at this point. I try the rival again, but with the amazing luck of being put to sleep and waking up the next turn to hit an Ice Beam, it's still slightly too weak to get the win. I come back 2 levels higher, and this time he survives with what must be less than 5 health. 1 more level later, and his Razor Leaf misses. That was only a 5% chance to happen, by the way. And in the same turn, our Ice Beam freezes him solid. That was a 10% chance. We quickly finish him. That was incredible. Gyarados is next, so we lose some attack due to Intimidate. I try for Rock Slide anyway, but it hardly hurts, so I just try to brute force him with Ice Beam and do a ton of damage due to our high special attack. We got hit hard by Dragon Rage in a few bites, leaving us with 17 health when he goes down. Next is Alakazam, who could have finished us, but he set off a Future Sight instead. We have to win fast. He goes down to Surf, and thankfully next is Growlithe, who goes down in 1 hit. That was stressful. The following Giovanni fight is much easier than usual. Again, he likes ground types, so Surf makes short work of him. With that done, we can finally go to the Psychic Gym. I've been interested to see how the Alakazam fight goes. As expected, I swept my way to Alakazam with Surf, but what surprised me was how much damage he did to us with 1 Psychic. That has me a bit worried for the next rival fight, actually. Sabrina herself was easy, though. 8th and final gym time, but it's a ground gym, so naturally we just sweep it. I will say, though, the 2 Pokemon fast enough to hit Earthquake almost took us out. 1 last rival fight before the Elite Four, and we don't stand a chance. We're almost the same level as Venusaur, so it mops the floor with us in 1 shot. I grind in my usual spot on the north end of Cycling Road. The grind is honestly not that bad. We're using much heavier hitters than we usually do in these runs, so at least I'm one-shotting everything. 5 levels later, and I once again get one-shot by Razor Leaf. This is worse than I was expecting. At level 70, I come back again and still am a lower level than Venusaur and get one-shot. I come back again at level 73 while holding a Quick Claw. I survive Razor Leaf, fail to take him out, then get finished off again. I come back again at level 75, and Venusaur uses Growth instead of attacking, so I beat him easily. Are you kidding me? I could have beaten him an hour ago if he did that sooner. Rhyhorn goes down in one shot, and Gyarados is next, so I Rock Slide but miss as he starts Rain Dance. Second Rock Slide hits and does great damage as he just uses Leer. One Ice Beam finishes him off after that. I'm lucky he just picked terrible moves. Growlithe is obviously a one-shot, but 2 of his Pokemon have Intimidate, so my attack power is terrible at this point. Last is Alakazam, and he boosts his special defense's special attack with Calm Mind, but his health still sucks, so one Surf took him out. With that done, I obviously have to grind like crazy. This might be another Paris situation where I need to hit level 100, but maybe, just maybe, with some Quick Claw luck, I only need to get to level 85? Here's our stats after the grind. Our special attack and defense are fantastic. I'm just worried that the speed is too low. Make your guesses on if we can do this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. Dugong is part ice, so I almost one-shot it with Rock Slide, getting a flinch in the process. She used a full restore, so I just hit a Mud Shot to do some damage and lower her speed, then a second Rock Slide for a knockout. Cloyster is a crazy physical tank, but not that tanky when it comes to special defense, so I easily one-shot it with Surf. Slowbro, on the other hand, does have decent special defense, but a critical hit led to a lucky one-shot. Lapras is next, and Rock Slide hit really hard, but we did become confused and she ate a berry. We still hit our next Rock Slide though for the knockout. Last is Jinx, and we hit ourselves in confusion, then get put to sleep by Lovely Kiss as she uses Attract, so there are 3 different effects keeping us from attacking. She then starts laying in with some weak ice punches, but she's doing so much to keep us from fighting back. Even when I use Rock Slide, it missed. Finally, when I'm all the way down to 52 health, we wake up, break the confusion, and luck out of Attract, letting us hit a Rock Slide for the win. Believe it or not, this is my 8th attempt. Her Lapras is rough. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. It was all one-shot sweep, though. Surf is a great move. Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha, and it's yet another sweep. We had to get lucky with her move choice since her Pokemon are faster than us, but it really wasn't that bad. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Gyarados is first, so we already lose attack, but I try for Rock Slide anyway since it's super effective. 2 do the job just fine. Both of his Dragonairs are one-shot with Ice Beam, as is his normally dangerous Dragonite. Aerodactyl hits Ancient Power, but it's incredibly weak, so one Ice Beam does the job there too. It's funny that one of the strongest trainers in the entire game is a total pushover if you just have one decent ice move. Finally, it's on to the Pokemon Champion. Pidgeot instantly hits Feather Dance to drop our attack a lot, as we one-shot him with a critical Ice Beam. Second is Rhydon, but our one Surf does the job. Venusaur is third though, and he's faster than us. God, I love my job. It's incredible. I feel like this show is like 50% better entirely because of my inability to spell when jotting things down during a fight. He used Growth though, and our Ice Beam one-shot him, so we lucked out. Alakazam is faster than us and hit us hard with Psychic as we took him out with one Surf. Gyarados is 5th, and he nails us with Hydro Pump, bringing us to low health as we hit 2 Ice Beams. Another Hydro Pump brings us down to 16 health, and he uses a full restore. Even with us getting incredibly lucky and him missing a Hydro Pump, we're slightly too weak to finish off Gyarados and go down. We need to just be a little stronger, so I grind for just a few more levels on Victory Road and earlier members of Elite Four. The Elite Four themselves are great for experience, even though Lorelei often gives me problems. A few levels later and we're back. This time Pidgeot Sand attacks us rather than Feather Dance, so accuracy could be an issue. Rhyhorn and Venusaur are still both one-shots, although we did miss a 100 accuracy move thanks to that Sand attack. Alakazam still hurts us, but went down easily, and Gyarados is next. Surf is hitting really hard, but he's smart and realizes that Dragon Rage is his best bet now. I end up freezing him solid with Ice Beam, so we get hit less, but he has a full restore. Thanks to the damage ranges being favorable now, though, we took him out. Last is Arcanine, and he made me panic a bit when we flinched off of a bite, and the second bite took us to red health. but Surf hits him in spite of the sand attack, and he gets us into the Hall of Fame. That was for sure one of the easier runs overall. It was a bit of a meme run that you guys were asking for, but I'm surprised I needed to be that high a level with a Pokemon that has quite a bit of firepower. I'm not sure what I want to do next for the next Saturday Pokemon Challenge, but I'm thinking I'll finally start with those Eevee runs that you've all been asking for. As always, I'll be looking forward to what your suggestions are in the comments and on Twitter though. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what to do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to see all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. I think I've done more than 30 now? If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend Whatageek and I are doing a Gen 1 randomizer over on his channel, linked in the description. Also, come to my Twitch streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found my channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.